A warning to South Carolina drivers this holiday season. A bank robbery suspect was finally caught, and we'll tell you about the Beaufort businesses that are opening just before the holidays. All that and much more. Keep watching Beaufort. Your news starts now. Thanks for joining us for the Beaufort News. I'm Jessa Jeremiah, and here are your local headlines. South Carolina drivers are being warned to think twice before drinking and driving this holiday season. The Beaufort County Sheriff's Office in particular is stepping up efforts to reduce drunk driving on roadways by conducting proactive, targeted patrols throughout the county. The campaign, called Sober or Slammer, kicked off Friday and runs through January 1st. Recently, organizers and volunteers unloaded 1,800 wreaths at the Beaufort National Cemetery. The wreaths were placed on the graves at the cemetery as part of the national effort called Wreaths Across America. The program is intended to honor and remember veterans during this holiday season. Two local groups are doing their part to keep Beaufort County beautiful through a variety of services. Island Realty of the Lowcountry and Alzheimer's Family Services of Greater Beaufort is supporting the endeavor through land adoption and cleanup efforts. There are just some of the ways that these local businesses are serving the public land areas community-wide. December 10th marked Councilman Herbert Glaze's last Beaufort County Council meeting after serving the citizens of Beaufort for the last 20 years. He was first elected to County Council in November of 1992 and sworn into office January of '93. Glaze has served on several committees over the last 2 decades, including Public Facilities, Military Affairs, and the Redistricting Committee. Glaze will now go on to chair the Lowcountry Government of Councils. The 7th annual Poetry Out Loud contest was held on December 13th at the Ridgeland-Hardeeville High School Auditorium. The contest was part of a national contest that is held each year. Thanks to this program, students can master public speaking skills as well as learn about their literary heritage. The National Endowment for the Arts and the Poetry Foundation support the contest because it encourages the nation's youth to learn about great poetry. The Technical College of the Lowcountry held its nursing recognition and pinning ceremony this Thursday, December 13th at the McLean Hall Auditorium on Rebo Road. Approximately 21 associate degrees in nursing program graduates were recognized. TCL is proud to have the opportunity to honor these accomplished graduates. The Beaufort County Council has recently voted to preserve land here in Beaufort. The council's vote was a unanimous one to acquire Garvey Hall, an 88-acre tract of ecologically sensitive land on the headwaters of the New River. The decision is due to the council's Rural and Critical Land Preservation Program. The property will be bought for $785,000, approximately $9,000 per acre. Beaufort County has recently grand opened a cat adoption center located in the Kmart shopping center. The center, called the TABBY House, was started by the Beaufort County Animal Shelter to allow the community to see adoptable cats that need a new home. The center is able to get on its feet due to an anonymous donor. Employees will consist of volunteers who can ensure these cats find loving homes. And here's what's happening around the state. The Columbia bank robbery suspect was finally caught by a task force on Friday. Cedric Wiley Robinson was apprehended in connection to the TD bank robbery by members of the Richland County Sheriff's Office. Robinson robbed the bank near the I-77 interchange on November 30th and made off with an undisclosed amount of money. The suspect will be faced with a felony charge that could bring 30 years in prison. South Carolina wildlife officers are currently working to stop a major animal control problem. The officers' attempts are to slow the illegal spread of wild hogs, a problem that many people are unaware of. The movement of these animals is becoming increasingly more problematic as private hunt clubs seek them out as a business effort. Solutions to the problem include allowing night hunting of the animal, as well as increasing hog transportation fines. Rising radiation at a South Carolina nuclear dump prompts talk about cleanup, but so far, no action. As the radioactive pollution is getting worse on parts of South Carolina's nuclear waste dump, state regulators say cleaning up the contaminated groundwater is not in their plan. The The South Carolina Department of Health and Environmental Control says the site is stable overall. However, tritium continues to exceed federal drinking water standards. A South Carolina high school lab was recently evacuated after findings of a grenade. The high school in Lexington County was evacuated after a training grenade was found inside the science laboratory. After evacuating the building, the Lexington County Sheriff's Department went to the school and removed the grenade from the property. Thankfully, no students were hurt. If you'd like additional information on these headlines, please reference the media sources you see listed on your screen. Also, you can like us on Facebook or follow us on Twitter. Stick around because our Beaufort Regional Chamber representative is here to talk to us about Beaufort's newest businesses, and Buck Boone of the Island News has our hot off the press report when we return.
Lowcountry Real Estate is located in historic downtown Beaufort, home to one of the most attractive real estate markets in America. We've been providing high-quality service to our community for the past 24 years. Whether you're interested in buying or selling residential, resort, or commercial investment property, our professional sales staff can help you with your real estate needs. Please visit lowcountryrealestate.com for details on all available properties in Beaufort and come see how the Lowcountry becomes you.
Welcome back to the Beaufort News. First up is our Beaufort Regional Chamber guest, Miss Blakely Williams. How are you doing today, Blakely?
Hello, I'm well. I hope you are.
Good, I sure am. Say, I want to talk to you first about some new businesses. I know that there are some brand new businesses opening just before the holidays here in Beaufort. Talk to us about those.
That's right. We are alive and kicking down here in Beaufort. There's lots of great stuff that you can check out. There are 2 running stores that are opening up. One is on West Street, Palmetto Running Company, and the other on Sea Island Parkway, Lowcountry Running Company. So it's perfect for your New Year's resolution to get back in shape. We also have Yo-Yo's Frozen Yogurt. I hope you will check that out. I know I did this weekend, and the peppermint is really, really good. And you can finish off your day at the Old Bull Tavern, a brand new restaurant and pub on West Street. So lots of great stuff happening in downtown Beaufort.
Sounds very interesting, Blakely. We'll keep us posted on how that plays out, like you said. Thank you so much for joining us today.
Thanks for having me.
Up next, we're joined by Buck Boone of the Island News with our hot off the press report. How are you today, Buck?
I'm great. It's a beautiful day in Beaufort, Jessa.
It sure is. Now, I mentioned earlier that the county has a new cat animal shelter. Tell us more about the Beaufort County TABBY House, if you would.
The Beaufort County Animal Shelter held its opening of the new cat shelter, Beaufort County's TABBY House, last Saturday the 15th. That TABBY House is a cat adoption center located in the Kmart Shopping Center at 2127 Boundary Street in Beaufort. The center will allow the community to come in and see healthy, adoptable cats that need a new home. An anonymous donor gave the money for the first-year lease of the center, and everything inside has been donated, from furniture to food and kitty litter. Volunteers will work at the TABBY House to ensure these cats find loving homes.
Such an interesting story, Buck. As you mentioned, all donated by somebody who is completely anonymously donated the money. So thank you for sharing that with us. And let's talk a little bit about USCB baseball now. What can you tell us about the pitcher of the team? And I know he's recently won an American Legion Award. Talk to us about this, if you would.
Junior De La Torre, the right-handed pitcher from Beaufort, who moved back home to play for the Sand Sharks at USCB, enjoyed an outstanding freshman baseball season in 2012. De La Torre's route to USCB made him an ideal recipient for the annual scholarship American Legion Post 9 and 207 of Beaufort award to the USCB baseball player from Beaufort County. Adjutant Rich Delmore and Athletics Director George Miller of Post 9 presented De La Torre with the $1,000 scholarship last Wednesday.
All right, that's an interesting story as well. And now let me ask you a little bit about tax bills. Not that we want to bring up the topic, but where should residents go if they do have questions about their tax bills?
Well, if you look at your 2012 tax bill and it seems confusing, Beaufort County has provided some helpful advice online. There is an icon on the home page at www.bcgov.net that is green and reads, "Got questions about your tax bill?" Once checking on this icon or clicking on the icon, a sample bill, tax bill will appear that will have yellow boxes full of information to help better explain the different parts of the bill. All 2012 tax bills are due January the 15th, 2013. Don't forget, there's just a few shopping days left, and it's always extremely important to shop local. Have a Merry Christmas this beautiful Christmas season, and that's from all of us at the Island News.
All right, well, thank you so much, Buck, and some great resources for Beaufort citizens to check out, so thank you so much.
Thank you, Jessa.
Coming up, Eleanor Lightsey will be here to tell us about the Lowcountry Inside Track when we return.
Hi, my name is Matt McElhaney, owner of City Loft Hotel, an upscale boutique hotel in downtown Beaufort. We are proud to be consistently ranked as the #1 hotel in Beaufort based on TripAdvisor's guest ratings and comments. At City Loft, we value our neighbors in the Lowcountry. Whether you're taking friends by boat or need a romantic getaway in Beaufort, let us at City Loft extend hospitality while introducing what's new in urban hotel design. At City Loft Hotel, we are committed to customer service. When you stay here, you're always a local.
Welcome back to the Beaufort News. Joining me now is Miss Eleanor Lightsey of Lowcountry Inside Track Limited. How are you doing today?
I'm great, Jessa. How are you?
I'm wonderful. Thanks for asking. Now, I understand you're a government reporting service. Talk to us a little bit about who you serve and what your methodology is exactly.
Okay. Lowcountry Inside Track was formed about a year ago, and we have about 15 clients at this point. We have the 2 chambers of commerce. The Beaufort Regional Chamber has joined us recently. We have a property management company. We have the local governments themselves, the ones that we're reporting on, also have subscribed to our service. They kind of want to keep up with what the other one is doing. All of our members of our state legislative delegation have subscribed to our service. And we have 3 of the towns and 2 Jasper and Beaufort counties governments have subscribed to the service also. We also represent the Board of Realtors in Beaufort, and we have we're going to be marketing to the local realtors south of the Broad soon.
All right, well, that sounds like a lot of meetings with a lot of different companies and different organizations. How do you sit through all those meetings? Talk to us a little bit about that.
Oh, okay, and you did ask about the methodology, and I didn't really get into that yet. My business partner is Joe Crowley. He and I have recently hired Suzanne Larson, who is the former public information officer with the County of Beaufort, to assist us in attending meetings that are north of the Broad. And also we've hired Lolita Huckabee Watson, who is also well known in Beaufort for her work with the Gazette and the Bluffton Today news media. And the 4 of us attend meetings, and you're right, we sit through the whole thing. Some people think we might be a little bit crazy, but it's actually fun, and it's fun to see how these people who have so many things on their agenda can actually come up with solutions to problems that affect all of the, not just the clients that we represent, but all of us, all of our citizenry.
Now, it sounds like you provide these companies and these different organizations with a lot of value. Talk to me a little bit, or give me an example, if you would, of the type of value you can provide someone like this.
Well, Jessa, there's 3 things I should speak to. The first one is we do written reports for our clients, and they come out once a week, and they're very concise. I know if you've ever sat through one of these meetings, you probably have an awful lot of notes. The notes are condensed so that they're very concise, and our weekly reports go to all of our clients. In the meantime, if something comes up, or if we know pretty far ahead of time that something's coming up, we call the clients and ask them to come to the meetings themselves. As you probably know, there's a lot of things that happen before anything gets on a county council or town council agenda that happens in the committees. And these people on the committee level are making decisions that a lot of us need to know about as far ahead in advance. If someone wants to have an effect on legislation or an ordinance, then they need to be in the game early. They need to be, as we say, on the inside track. And that's hard to do if you wait until it's the second or third reading of a piece of legislation.
Absolutely. All right. Well, Eleanor Lightsey O'Kee of Lowcountry Inside Track, thank you so much for joining us today. We appreciate your time.
Thank you, Jessa.
Stick around because we have Councilman Joe Lee here to give us our latest Port Royal update, and Mark Shaffer is on location with our entertainment report after the break.
Is it time to purchase for the one-of-a-kind person in your life? Over 60 years of service distinguishes Modern Jewelers as one of South Carolina's preeminent jewelry stores.
We're proud to have been voted Beaufort's #1 jewelry store 10 years in a row. Come visit us at 807 Bay Street.
Joe Lee's here now to talk to us about some exciting developments in Port Royal over the week. How are you this week, Joe?
I'm great, Jessa. Thank you so much.
Good. Now first, I want to ask you about service awards. Talk to us a little bit about the service awards presented by Port Royal last week, if you would.
Sure. We have the advantage of being a very small town and a very small staff. So every Christmas we have a town Christmas party for all the staff and for their families. And each year we present service awards to those employees that have reached certain levels. This past week we did this, and I thought I should recognize these people here on TV. At 5 years, Scott O'Neill, a policeman in Port Royal. 10 years, Steve Rogers, a policeman in Port Royal. At 10 years, town manager Van Willis. At 20 years, our town clerk, Tanya Payne. And at 25 years, our police chief, Alan Beach. And the leader in all this at 35 years with the town is Harold Baez. And everyone knows Harold because he's the guy that takes care of our trash. So we're real pleased to recognize these people and have an opportunity to do it in front of everybody that works for the town.
All right, Joe. Well, that's some impressive tenure, certainly, for the town of Port Royal. Now, the town recognized a group of citizens as well at the council meeting last week. What did this event include exactly?
Well, it's a big deal, and it's the first time we've done this. We recognized a group of individuals in town who had volunteered their time. And I'll add to this next week when we do this show, because there are several people and several projects that are pretty extensive. The one I wanted to mention today was a lot of residents have these large live oak trees in their yards, and the residents have been here a long time, and the trees, of course, need to be manicured occasionally. So the town has gotten together with 3 tree companies, Action Tree, Southern Tree, and Bartlett, which used to be Preservation Tree. We've gotten those people together to say, would you donate some time and materials to help these residents who can't afford to have their trees trimmed? So we recognized all 3 of those companies the other day at our council meeting and thanked them for sharing with us the resources that we need to make sure our residents are protected, that the trees don't come down on their homes, especially here at the holiday season. So we want to thank those guys, and next week, as I said, I'll go through a couple of other projects that were really, this is the fun stuff to talk about at Christmas time, because we really do help a lot of people.
Sounds like it. Some important information was provided there. So thank you so much, Joe, for your report. We greatly appreciate it.
Thank you.
Now we'll join Mark Shaffer, who will be delivering our entertainment report on location. Mark?
Thanks a lot. First up, an update on the Beaufort International Film Festival, which gets underway February 13th and runs through the 17th. The finalists were announced last week, and as always, we've got some great films coming and several returning filmmakers as well. Biff's reputation continues to grow as one of the hottest up-and-coming film festivals in the country. Festifave Gary Weeks will be back with a new screenplay, and his producing partner Chad Matthews. They run their own film festival in Texas. The Rishes will be back with a new indie grant production called High Heels and Hoodoo. Can't wait to see that. And sometime writing partners Margaret Ford Rogers and Marcia Ree are bringing separate screenplays, which means they'll be competing for once. Multiple award-winning producer-director Mike Tollin will be on hand to receive the prestigious Jean Ribaud Award for Excellence in Filmmaking. Now, Tollin's produced and directed more than a dozen feature films, several award-winning documentaries, and hundreds of hours of television. He's currently got 3 primetime TV series in production. His features include Radio, which was shot right here, and Varsity Blues, along with the documentary Hank Aaron, Chasing the Dream, which won a Peabody Award and was nominated for an Oscar. Tickets to the annual Beaufort International Film Festival are available online at a discount right now at BeaufortFilmFestival.com. And also, don't forget to make your reservations for the 3rd annual wine dinner at Saltus River Grill. That happens January the 24th. The dinner benefits Biff and has become wildly popular. It's always a great evening, and Chef Brian Waters will spoil you. So make your reservations now at 379-3474. Next up, if you're looking for an old-fashioned vintage Christmas experience, take the family out to Pickpocket Plantation this Saturday, December 22nd, for their holiday bazaar. They'll have hot apple cider by an open wood fire, lots of delicious seasonal treats, along with some great opportunities to find some real unique last-minute Christmas shopping. You'll find handmade ornaments, hand-spun and woven wool pieces, homemade soaps, candles, pottery, local honey. You'll get John's authentic apple butter and cane syrup as well. Southern food specialties will be there. Freshly baked bread, cookies, pastries, lots of fun for the kids, including pony rides and a Market Express kiddie train trip around the farm. For the grown-ups, Pickpocket's Victorian ladies will usher you through the plantation house for a tour. It all starts at 10 a.m., goes till 4. And Pickpocket Plantation is off Route 170 just behind Advanced Auto. And for more information, you can call 417-7512. As always, pick up a copy of Lowcountry Weekly and click online at lcweekly.com to get what's inside. Back to you.
Thank you, Mark, and thank you for watching. Join us next time for your Beaufort News.